I love black people. I love everything black. I do.
I love seeing niggas do nigga shit.
I love
Golly.
niggas being niggas.
I love it.
Hey, I see it, I want it, I cop it. Promise to never stop.
All right. Welcome to the first episode of Be the Smoke podcast. I am your host, Raekwon. And let you introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? My name is Tasia. Call me Tasia on all platforms. And I'm just grateful to be here with you today.
I'm definitely appreciate you for coming through because you're one of the people I know ball. You know what I'm saying? You know ball. So if you do not know, Be the Smoke podcast is a black liberation space. We're going to be talking everything politically, socially, economically in regards to black liberation. And I feel like, so I'm not sure if you know, I don't think I've talked about it, but Be the Smoke really is almost a double entendre in the sense of, you know, as an organizer, somebody who's active in the activist space and things of that nature, a lot of shit's on fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's big fires everywhere.
Not
even little
fires
fires everywhere anymore.
Everywhere.
It's big fires everywhere.
And with that, you know, a lot of that work and just being a part of the black liberation movement is like signaling to people, you know, hey, shit's over here is on fire. Because it's not like advertised and broadcast, for everybody to be aware and to know. So be the smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing here. We're being the smoke. So yeah. Really just starting off, kind of want to lay the groundwork. And I'm going to ask you first because I have my thoughts.
Okay.
What does black liberation mean to you?
Black liberation, I feel like, is commonly misconstrued. I think a lot of times people confuse it with like black excellence or, oh yeah, we are elevating as black people, so we've liberated. But no, I think black liberation is a consistent struggle within our community of just making sure we know what's going on economically, politically, socially, and using that knowledge to actually build more opportunities for more of us. I think it's the clear difference between that and like things like black excellence or something like that is that I can get this information, but now with this information is my duty to go back to my community, meet people where they are, and help free some more people. Like, it was a time where I didn't know what I didn't know, and somebody told me. So now, being a black liberator, I would like to,
I like that, black liberator.
Call myself that. I think, just being able to go back to my community, pour into the community, and, keeping my ear to the ground, keeping my ear to the street is also a form of black liberation. Like, just making sure you know what's actually going on.
And I think a point that you said that I really like, right, in that people talk about black excellence all the time. And there's that main difference of it being individual versus communal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we love to talk about all the time, like, oh, our ancestors did die for this, our ancestors fought for this and all these things. But they weren't fighting for individualism. Like Harriet Tubman wasn't on the Underground Railroad.
Because if she was, she would have went by her way when she got up there the first time.
She was not trying to get most, Abolitionist of the Year award for herself. It was for everybody, for black people everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think the difference with, our ancestors and us is that they understood the simple fact that when one of us gets free, that is a signal that, hey, y'all, it's freedom out here for us. For us, not just me. Like, it's bigger than me. And I think a lot of people think they're bigger than the program. So, that's where I feel like we fall short. And that's why I said it's a consistent struggle within our community of just, everybody is out for self right now. And if we're going to get liberation, more of us have to go back.
And what do you feel like, bro? Because that frustrates me sometimes when you're having these conversations with people who are like more so on a black excellence standpoint than a black liberation. What kind of is that gap there that they're not, like, what is that?
And to your point, individualism. I think a lot of times we talk black excellence and, for example, there's a lot of black people going into real estate these days, buying up the block, buying back the block. That's a form of black excellence to some. However, buying up the block and hiking the prices so black people can't stay there.
Talk about it.
Is literally, it's the same oppression that, has been done to our community. You're just a black person oppressing your community. That's not black I feel like that difference is people want to be rich. Everybody want to be the man with the 40 acres and that mule, but don't care about the rest of the community getting that. And that's where the disconnect is. When you can get away from that I mentality and think more of a we collective, like we're stronger as a fist. Like a lot of people make that analogy where it's like, individual fingers, like you can smack somebody, okay, it'll hurt. But you punch them, they gonna be laid out. Like, it's different. Like when you bring other people along, you have an opportunity to build something bigger. That critical mass always is just different. So I think the disconnect is really the difference between it's about me and it's about we. Like, that's where the difference comes for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think to your point too, right? When you're functioning as the oppressor, right? Like the tools of the oppressor cannot be the same tools that are going to liberate your people.
Come on.
That's not how that works.
And then a lot of niggas like to say, I can say niggas?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nigga.
A lot of niggas like to say, they doing it, so we need to move. Okay, then how are you any better? How are you helping the community any more than you're not? Just like they not. Like at the end of the day, you're taking advantage of a population that don't really know no better and does not have the opportunities to be able to do better. So, you ain't no worth. You ain't no better than the white man.
I think it makes a lot of the niggas feel good about themselves, right? Like there's that black hierarchical mindset
For
where
sure.
you want to be proximal to whiteness. You want to go buy a house in the white neighborhood. You want to go get that white woman.
You want to be able to go to the white country club.
You want to go to the white country clubs, and you make yourself feel better than people who are from your neighborhood or from your community or even some of your family members, where it's that hierarchical mindset.
That elitism. And
literally.
I think in our community, it's so unfortunate that is it is a real thing. Like black elitism is so real and it impacts poor black people more than anything. I was on Threads the other day and I was just kind of scrolling and this dude was like, why so many black people in Martha's Vineyard now? Like, what's going on? Old black lady responded, if you have to ask, it's out of your tax bracket. Whoa. Like when was it ever okay to kind of just shun people from like this certain environment or just a certain level of access that like all of us just don't have? And that hierarchy that you were just talking about, I think it's a lot of niggas that their chest get puffed up when they know that I may not be at the top, but I'm above you niggas. I'm above you niggas.
You see that shit on so many levels, bro. Like even you talk about, and this is not even a knock to supporting black business. Do that all day long. I try to support black business as I can. But if you have that black business, please do not operate that black business trying to make licks out of everybody in your area. Don't try to function like Balenciaga and things like that, bro. Like, if it's for niggas, let it be for niggas. And that's the difference. That's why even when you look at, like, nobody was wearing Shaqs back in the day. And I'm not going to lie to you, I got hella Jordans in my room.
I'm not wearing no Shaqs. I was never.
And I get that. I'm never going to wear no Shaqs.
I'm niggas.
You see, I had one pair one time. I'm not going to lie. They turned green the first day.
Oh, shit.
But that's the difference. And even his model was like, I'm going to put it in places like Kmart and Walmart to where black kids can access it.
That's black excellence and black liberation.
Exactly. That's how you meet the two.
Now, I think about individuals like, all right, this niggas don't like the man, but hey, Tyler Perry. Hear me out, right?
Okay.
I feel like niggas hate Tyler Perry the way they do because of how his stories portray black people. Get it? I think Tyler Perry understands his audience. I think Tyler Perry, he does what he does for his audience, and that's it. He don't give a damn about nobody outside of that, right? When it comes to, I feel like Tyler Perry is a great example of being black and excellent, but also being a liberator of sorts. Because he said it in one of his speeches, but Tyler Perry, on paper, you can see it, has created more black millionaires than Hollywood or any other industry outside of maybe music or sports. But if you're talking entertainment, not only is he has created a space that is black owned, black ran, it's niggas all through here. The people on his shows, they get paid more than they get paid on these other networks.
To the Tyler Perry thing, because I tell you what you're saying, I'm all for that and I like that. When it comes to the media, he's pushing out, I do at times have an issue with it, simply because like I'm all for art. I use art in my organizing work all the time, and I do thoroughly believe like there's a space for accountability for maybe the way black men treat black women, and that's fine if it's in the media, whatever. These things, cool. However, there's also a space for like black joy and black existence. That is also like
I don't disagree with you.
That's also black liberation.
Hey man,
just let us exist sometimes, dog.
Black man, I agree. However, Tyler Perry ain't the one to do it.
Now you're right. You right.
Like niggas, they not consuming no regular Tyler Perry shit. You got.
Now how do we know until he tries?
No, not the Tyler Perry. I feel like he's a great creator. I think Tyler Perry does not have the cultural understanding to be able to create something that is so positively black. Tyler Perry, his scope, his lens, what he knows, what he believes, what he has marketed for the last 30 years of our lives is this struggle that I saw in my life. This struggle that I've seen from black women. This struggle, he's only putting out his life. What it does leave room for is space for more creators like an Issa Rae or someone like that to create something that is just me being unapologetically black and just it ain't gotta be no death or nothing. It ain't gotta be no struggle.
Now I'm not gonna lie, I do like my black cinema. I like my power, my BMF with a little drug deal and a little murder.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Poverty porn.
I do like it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Poverty porn. Like, and I think at the end of the day, niggas, y'all will consume 50 Cent left and right, bro.
I'm sorry, I can't help
Niggas is
it.
watching. Power was nothing but a black man leaving his black family to go with a woman outside of our community.
That goddamn Angela Valdez, man. Black man weakness,
the nigga
goddamn.
blew up his entire life. He blew up an essential part of the black family. Like, we need that. We need a strong family structure in our community. And then niggas talk about Tariq. They hated Tariq. Oh, that other nigga bad. Why would he not be? Why would he not be? And I think we consume that so much.
And that's where the struggle, I think, sometimes, right, comes in, especially as a black man, because white supremacy is so intricate and complex that it creates a system where we at times, to your point, are the biggest perpetuators of the white supremacy. So, like, even in my experience in that, like, it's set up to where they're pushing out white supremacist ideologies. If you need to sell drugs, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. And it's so embedded, I don't want to say into the culture now, but it feels almost embedded into the culture.
It is. And I think it's by design, though. If we want to be for real with it, like whether we're talking mass incarceration, whether we're talking the crack epidemic, all of these things were by design by our federal government. Like, literally, guns and drugs didn't just show up. What niggas you knew how to get to Colombia before.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
So to that point, like, I think on an accountability level, there's that individual accountability. If there's that person in your life, you speak to them about the way they're being harmful. But as far as like a group accountability, it's still, I think, should be pushed to white supremacy and tearing down that white supremacy.
I 100% agree with you. I think that goes back to the conversation of black liberation and that the communal thought or the communal mindset around it. Like, we have to get past the I of it all. Yeah, we can talk about where it came from. We can talk about these white supremacist structures, but at the root of it, we are still perpetuating those same things over and over and over. So as a community, when I learn something, just like I said, when I learn something, I got to talk to you, my brother. I got to go talk to these kids at the high school. I got to go make sure y'all understand what's going on too. Because once y'all understand, I also need to make sure I let you know, hey, go tell somebody else.
And to your point, bro, we gotta, for that to be possible, we gotta get out of the fucking details sometimes. We focus too much.
Niggas get stuck in the weeds.
We get stuck in the weeds, and it's like the whole, we was kings, or we are the real indigenous and Native Americans.
You're right.
All that stuff, and it's like, okay, cool, yes, got it. Now, how do we, like, where do we go from here? Where do we move forward with this?
I think the problem is niggas don't understand that two things can exist at the same time. Yes, we are descendants of kings. Yes, we were ripped from our homeland. Yes, these people want us to fucking, they want bad for us. All those shit, all that's true. But at the same time, this is how we can go forward. Like, I think we as a community have to know what's going on policy wise. Like the fact that here in Charlotte, CMS schools allowing ICE in school now, on school campus, inside these schools. So now when I'm having conversations with a black parent, it's not an issue of like, oh, the Hispanic community didn't know. If they let these militarized people in your child's school, who you think they're gonna target?
Bro, talk about this. We have a public official here who's talking about she's going to do what's best for her people first. She's a black woman. And I understand that line. Like, I do what's best for your people's first. But there's also, why do you have to harm another community to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that there. And then also there's the intersectionality of people don't understand, like, when it's talking about ICE and all these ICE raids and immigration bans and all these things, this is affecting black people too.
They're not locking up Haitian people. Can you honestly tell me that an ICE agent gonna look at you, black man, and say, I think you Haitian?
We saw that, matter of fact. There's a dude that was up north. He been in Jamaica one time.
Yeah.
Tried to send him back to Jamaica. He's like, I was born in Philly.
Literally, and I think the unfortunate thing is that niggas don't know what they don't know. Mm-hmm. And social media pisses me off sometimes because it's like niggas will read a headline. They'll be on Spiritual Word who's consistently spreading misinformation. They're on the Shade Room who can spread misinformation, then come back and backtrack like, oh my bad, that was wrong. Mm-hmm. But that's the only place they're getting their news. And I think I also blame these podcast niggas because it's too many of them with mics, but no, it's too many of y'all with mics and no real input. Mm-hmm. You ain't read shit but a headline, but you got so much to say. And I think when we start to challenge our community to really get the information, like know what you're talking about before you start having these conversations. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the times we are not equipped with getting, like, we don't know how to come back when people have any type of opposition. So instead, we're gonna go with whatever. Oh, you might be right. I'm gonna just go with that. So I don't know. It's a lot that we got to work through as a community, and being able to be a human and understand, like, okay, just because I'm focusing on my people, that don't mean I gotta cause harm to yours.
Mm-hmm. Like, moving forward, right? And we can't agree on everything. And I think that is so important outside of the community, extending beyond that as far as creating movement. But it's even on a very social level within the community. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell people all the time, like, when you're talking black liberation, your most salient identity, especially talking to straight, cis black men, your most salient identity has to be black. You cannot be man aligning with white men who don't have the best interests of the black community. You cannot be straight aligning with straight men of every other race who don't have what's best for the black community. Like, black align with black women, black queer folks, black trans folks. Does not matter. You have to align with that if we want to move forward. Whether you're black Muslim, black Christian, does not matter. If you're for the advancement of black people, be for the advancement of black people, bro.
Now you open the door and I'm gonna go there. So there are I've been having these conversations a lot here recently just about the black church. Mm-hmm. And how it's a lot of silence within the black church, within the church in general, about what's happening not only to black people. These churches, big ass churches, huge churches with thousands of members that come to their church every single Sunday. Mm-hmm. You're leading a church of majority black people as a black man, but you shying away from political conversations because you know your congregation is split down the middle. Mm-hmm. So if you say something that's too polarizing, certain people gonna stop tithing. Mm-hmm. They're gonna stop giving money. So I think at the end of the day, to your point, you have to put you being a black person first. It ain't even about you being a black man. It's about you being a black person.
Black.
You are black, period. At the end of the day, anything that is impacting the black community, you should be okay with saying that on your pulpit. Mm-hmm. You should be okay with saying that in your boardroom. You should be okay with saying that on your podcast. Like, you should be okay with that because you should care more about being black than you care about the patriarchal like category that you put yourself in. Like, and I think
it's sad to me. I'm gonna say it's sad to me. I've done a lot of interfaith work in the past, right, with churches, with mosques, with synagogues, temples, whatever you want to call everything. But it's sad because when you look at the history of the black church, it's rooted in such resistance and revolution, right? When you look at that being the only day on Sunday where you get off, right? You get off Sunday to go worship, and now we're in church all day long as a form of resistance against the slave master. When you have call and response that is literally like for your safety.
when do we get scared of offending people? I can offend you and still love you. I can offend you and still care about your community. I can offend you and still have my values and still be rooted in my faith. I can be a Christian and a revolutionary. I can be a Christian.
If you are a Christian, you should be revolutionary. Like, if you telling me you reading through this Bible and you don't see Jesus as a revolutionary, as I tell people all the time, if that nigga Jesus was here, he would not like a lot of you niggas.
He would not rock with none of y'all. Most of y'all churches, he wouldn't even he'll glide right past
Literally,
y'all.
he flipping a table over in there.
He did it. And that's my thing. I think at the end of the day, if we want to, when it comes to faith, I'm not aligning with any type of institution that I know for a fact you scared to say what needs to be said. You scared to condemn what's happening in Gaza. You scared to talk about heightened police in black communities. You scared to talk about black communities disappearing because of gentrification. You scared of those things, even though these are topics that we should be talking about. In the Bible, Jesus ain't never stray away from nothing. He ain't stray away from no smoke.
At all.
He won't smoke with anybody.
Be the smoke. So if I'm looking at this big church, mega church with 10 flat screens, disco ball, cameras and all these things, and 2 blocks over, people can't eat. Come on. Respectfully, I can't give you my money.
And I think I'm not against mega churches. I've attended a few of them, and I think we as consumers, as agitators, we have to start challenging these churches. We have to start challenging everybody. Like it's not enough for you to come and preach to me and give me some type of inspiration, but then I go home and my light's off. It's not enough anymore. Shameless plug, Block Love, CLT. If you are in the Charlotte area, there is a organization that feeds our houseless population every single day, and they have not missed a day since 2019.
Damn.
That organization, I'll give the clothes on my back to them, just because I know that they have a real interest in our community. And
it should be, it should always be about, you know what I'm saying, pouring love, right, into the community through whatever your medium is, whether it's this podcast, whether it's that clothing brand, whether it's you on that pulpit, bro. It's about building that capacity for love within the community. And it's to the point, right, we're talking about these moving forward things and all of that. I think that's been and I think we on the same page about how much we can't stand Trump. For sure. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. And we're talking about black liberation and advancing black people and all these things. And it's the sad part about it for me is it feels as if for the last 10 years, we have only been fighting to hold ground, not to make any advancement, not to move forward, not to dream about what the future could be, but literally just like, don't take what we've already fought for. Don't take what we already got. And that's like sad and scary because we got a generation of kids who 7, 8 years old, and they can't even think about a world where they can dream about advancement. It's just like everybody's scared.
exactly. And I think thinking bigger than what I know or what I see, that changed for me when I was exposed to it. It changed for me when a black man, my track coach, came into my life and was like, hey, this is what you need to know. This was going on. This is what I learned when I was in school. Let me get this back to you. And that gets right back to we have to get past the I and focus on that we. I love black people. I love everything black. I do.
I love seeing niggas do nigga shit.
I love niggas being niggas.
I love it. And you'll be surprised, bro. Like, so many people actually care and are concerned. They just don't know where to start.
Yes, and I think when we think about politics and these new policy changes, a lot of our community feel like it's something that is above where they are. So now they don't try to get that information because that ain't their business. But it is. Because
These niggas literally serve you. These niggas work for you.
they work
You are the
for
people. You are the community.
You go to work every day, they take them taxes out your check. These niggas that's in office work for you.
Facts.
These are the people that's making these decisions for your kids. You have every right to go speak to your elected official.
That's
And
facts.
these people are accessible. Half the time they sitting in their office not doing
Literally
shit.
sitting on their ass, not reading them bills.
Not even
Like,
just signing some shit.
for
Like,
sure, just sign it off.
Oh my God.
Next.
All right.
And I'll say, it's easy to get frustrated in that, right? In the sense of people not being engaged in all these things. I think I lean into with our people understanding and grace simply because I understand the history.
Yeah.
When you've seen your ancestors vote and fight and march, and it's 2025 and niggas are still dying in the streets and all these things, and this is a fight that has been going on for all these years, and it's like, well, ain't shit changing, right?
Yeah.
I understand the level of apathy you might feel in that moment, and I still challenge you, of course, to, hey, we still got to fight. And I always lean into an idea of surrealism, right? Because sometimes we think, to the point we said earlier, around using the tools of the oppressor to get your freedom. And you got to, even when you think about Black liberation at times, you got to expand your mind outside of what we know, outside of a capitalist society,
Right.
outside of the system of America that all we know. Like I would love to sit down with a 5-year-old and say, like, what does like it look like for you to be completely free? And just let that kid dream, not knowing anything about politics, not knowing anything about systems and structure. And like, okay, like let's work towards building something like that. And it might not look attainable right now, but we can still fight for that. Still, like, really dream on what we can
100%.
build, bro.
So it is time for us to actually pour into these kids. I think that's my thought process on it now. Like, even if I'm tired, I know if I can do one thing to make this world 1% better than it was when I got here, for young Black kids that's coming after me, I did my part.
Because it doesn't mean you have to be in an organizing, in an activist space
No.
to be a Black liberationist. If you are a doctor, you can function as a Black liberation person. If you are, you own a business, or no, it does not matter what you're doing, a librarian, you can function as a Black liberation person. And I think sometimes, this is my issue sometimes I think with white allies sometimes, right? They sometimes think too big picture, right? And it's like, you did all that work for Kamala Harris to be elected or something like that, right? Or for Obama, or like something political. But it's like,
Candidate organizing.
yeah, but then it's like, okay, what about people that you come across every single day? Like your Black neighbors, your Black coworkers, a Black person down the street selling this, selling that. Like, you have to live this every single day.
You just got to be somebody that gives a fuck about something outside of yourself. You have to give a fuck, more of a fuck about your community than you do about your individual self. And that is the hard part. That is the fight. Being able to change niggas' minds to the point where they understand, okay, damn, it's not just about me.
We talk all the time about niggas going to this town hall, or, you know, going out to vote and all these things. Do they got food? Do they got water?
Come on, nobody gives a fuck about voting if they can't pay their bills,
Literally.
bruh. Nobody gives a damn about voting because they not taking off work. They not taking off work because they lights about to get cut off next week.
And I think, to your point, everything you're saying is rooted in, is countercultural, even in the sense of just being rooted in the community. You have to be, we don't know our neighbors no more. You live next door to people, you don't know them no more. You don't know who you come across every single fucking day.
Yeah.
So the reality is, we have to get to a spot where we're actually building around community, being involved in the community. You want to move to Charlotte. Okay, let's use Charlotte for example. You move to Charlotte and shop with local businesses that have been here. Learn what organizations in the area are doing. Learn what the different churches are doing or whatever. Like, get engaged.
If we gonna get back to it, fucking white supremacy, mass incarceration did a number.
Motherfucking Reagan, man. Let's talk about Reagan.
Reagan is, oh my gosh, like Reaganomics was a thing, and
Bruh.
niggas like, I think the thing is, bruh, we have to be honest about why things are the way they are and still try to pour into the community. Like, at the end of the day, I put a lot of my, I don't know, I attribute a lot of my success to my track coach when I was in high school. Black man, family man, married, got kids, but he still made it a point to pour into the young black girls at our school.
And then look what you just said, right? That goes back to that community aspect. I remember coming up. My mama ain't even got to be watching me. I can be 2 blocks down and I'm cutting up, and somebody say, "Hey, I'm gonna call your mama. I'm gonna call Connie. I'm gonna call your momo." I'm straightening it up. And I think, right, there's too many, when we talk about young black men, right? Too many black men, like we said at the start of this, who have these platforms, who use them negatively, 100%. Right? So many niggas want to get on the mic and talk about B's and H's and talk bad about black women and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to do that. Because there's enough niggas there who have the equipment, who have the socioeconomic status, whatever, to actually do these positive things, but they're worried about self. Right. They're worried about self. So you can, and it's not gonna happen overnight, but you can start to change that idea, that group kind of mindset, just one by one. You know what I'm saying? By being a nigga to do that, by saying, "Hey, that's not cool. This is cool." Until
we start really valuing education outside of what, you know, Western society tells us we're supposed to be teaching our people, that's when we're gonna start really seeing a real shift in our community.
Because they ain't never gonna teach you in the schools how to set black people free. That ain't never gonna be part of the public school curriculum.
Why would they?
Exactly.
The thing is, our people were able to, I guess, I don't know. Our people, we thrived more during segregation. I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
I think niggas were able to really, I can say what I want in a room full of black people. I just can. I speak more freely with my people. I can tell you the real shit because they don't want us to know this. And until we get more spaces that are just black, I don't give a damn how anybody feel about it. We need more spaces that's only black people. I hate to say it like that. That sounds bad. It sounds divisive.
It doesn't sound bad, and I think it's on so many fronts, right? It's one, safety, right? To your point, you feel safer with black people. It's us, at most of the time at least. You should feel safer with amongst your own people. And then I'll say to the next point, to the point we talked about earlier with that proximity to whiteness. As soon as white folks said, you can come spend your money with us, you can come shop with us, you can come do whatever with us, you can come live over here, do all these things, we stopped prioritizing.
That's when that hierarchy started happening.
You feel me? And now you're not going to shop with your cousin and them. You're going to this white establishment.
I don't have to. I can afford better than that.
I can afford better. I can take my black money and go to this gated white community over here instead. And now my money, the black dollar is going elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Now I can go, I'm going to say it again. Now I can go get this white girl.
When will these niggas learn?
Kang should have taught y'all, but he didn't teach y'all. And I hope Shannon Sharp taught y'all, but he probably still didn't learn.
He didn't. And it's so crazy. Like, you let this white lady take you down. She took you down, bro. You got fired from ESPN.
I think there's that challenge, right? Looking out, and then there's the challenge coming in. And that's even something I've had to experience, right? As a straight black man, there's that level of kind of cleaning up you got to do to come into the space, right? Like, where you say I'm a straight black man, and I do think, like, why are women talking too much or whatever, right? Like, take your accountability of, like, wait, no, this space is for black men, it's for black women, it's for black queer folks, it's for everybody. Take your accountability. Wash some of the anti-blackness off. Wash some of that white supremacy off. Clean up a little bit. Come into the space. You're still welcomed. To truly be engulfed in the work, to truly be engulfed in the movement, there's a level of deconstruction around anti-blackness, white supremacy that you have to do. Right? There's tears to it almost. I'm still working on myself every day. I have a thought, and it's like, wait a second, is that anti-black?
We have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Facts.
Because we are in a space now where everything, whether you realize it or not, is fighting against our community.
The other side is organized.
They are
organized.
They're
You do not
so organized.
You cannot oppress a people for 400 plus years and not be organized.
The Project 2025. I read it. That was the most structured piece of damaging. It's just all out bad, but it was so. They have a game plan, and the fact of the matter is
some of that shit recycled. They were recycling shit from the 1800s.
Come on,
let's bring this shit back.
And I think the thing is, right now niggas are starting to feel it. People are feeling it now. What we need is more of us to get educated, more of us to get empowered, more of us to understand our individual power. So then, because you can't get to collective power if people don't think they're powerful individually.
So I'm so glad you even said that point, because we are innately powerful, right? Like, that power you have, we have exercised as a community forever because we've had to. Yeah. Right? I don't go into any space and I'm going to empower you. I'm going to show you how to use your power that you already got and them talents that you already got. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but it's in the sense of like, you're powerful, bro. Yeah. And come into this space and use that power, use that brain, use that passion for whatever it is. You ain't got to put that suit on and come and talk the King's English to come have a voice at this town hall, to come have a voice at this lobby day at the State House. Like, come as you. And why does that opinion matter? Because you are a part of the community. You are a part of the people. They serve you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So come in as you are, and your voice matters because it matters.
Just because it matters.
Just because it matters.
And I think that is what we have to get more of our people to understand. That value of self and that understanding of self is at an all-time low in our community.
Shit, where we at, Tasia? We at an hour. So let's go ahead and start wrapping this thing up.
Damn. It was a good combo. You got to bring me back, man.
Definitely. Yeah, that was a good start for sure. I'm excited for more to come. Comment, like, subscribe. They got reposts on Instagram now, so go ahead and repost that reel. Thank you so much again for your time.
Of course. If you want to stay in contact with me, it's Call Me Tasia. That's CallmeTaja on all platforms.
Peace.
Hey, I see it, I want it, I cop it. Promise to never stop.